Welcome back, gang. We're here at the Triple SC. Where else would we be?
That's right. Right, Dr. Seuss.
We always circle back to Seuss.
That's right.
We are going to do one of our, to borrow Mason's term, one of our fireside chat episodes, our emotional check-in episodes. Chris and I both had long days, long weeks, long months, long times, and it's important for us, for you, to check in on your fellow man.
Especially during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Exactly. It is June. It's Men's Mental Health Month, so we're gonna confab the problems. And what I have learned is this, and tell me if you disagree, because that's fine if you do.
I definitely disagree. No, I'm just kidding.
You heard it here first, folks. It is not so much that, I don't think any of us out there try to communicate and be like, hey, I am at my wit's end and I don't know what to do anymore. And this, that, and the other thing are stressing me out. And you tell that next person, not necessarily because you need them to solve your problem,
Right.
but because you need somebody to just
Hear it.
hear it.
Yeah.
And I don't, and anyone that I talk to, hopefully I've made this abundantly clear. I don't expect you to just have a solution for me.
Right.
I have this financial problem, or I have this emotional problem. Chris, just answer.
Right.
I don't expect that. I just want you to care.
Yeah.
And I would say that I don't expect anybody that I confide in to have an answer for me. I just want them to care that I have a problem.
Right.
And so that's I think that's a struggle that we're all trying to make sense of. And we don't necessarily need somebody to answer our problems or to
Fix it all.
fix it all. We just need somebody to listen while we
Go through it.
work through it. And, eventually you'll come up with your own solution, good, bad, or otherwise, but you just want the people around you to care and to offer you some solidarity and some support. And
Right.
I'm a hugger,
Same.
so bring it in.
That's what made this friendship work out so
That's
well.
that's right. Bring it in. Bring it in. Hug it out, bitch. Spray that hug all over me.
That's right.
But that's me. That is one person on a planet of 8.5 billion. So what everybody else feels about it, I'll be curious. Hit the comments. Let's hear your feelings. Um,
That's right.
Tax time offers people a lot of joy because they have at least 10 more dollars than they normally would. And, they think, oh, well, this is the time I splurge. This is the time that I go crazy and let my hair down.
Enjoy all the things I've been putting off all year long.
Yeah, all those little treats that you maybe deny yourself the whole rest of the year because responsibility is everybody's responsibility. And I know that Marvel must have felt like I needed a treat because my tax check finally hit, and at somehow conveniently at the same time, they decide to run a sale on their Kindle omnibuses, which are the big thick books that I've talked about before that normally sticker physically for about $125. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, on the Kindle store, they're usually anywhere between $25 and $40. And
it's a little more manageable.
this past week, they've been on sale for at least 75% off. So they've been on sale for $10.99 to $12.99. And Gronk went a little crazy. And I'm not gonna go over how much I spent on comic books, but it was considerable.
Did it fill a hole inside of your soul?
And I,
That's really what matters.
who's Seuss now?
That's right. Well,
And we're all just trying to make the feel bads feel better, and we don't always have a
a
trademark.
No, that's
we
right.
don't always have a good handle on how that is to be done in a responsible and productive and lasting and meaningful way.
Yeah, but if you spent so much time being that way,
What else?
why not cut loose just a little bit, you know? If you've been responsible for so
I
long.
tried to take care of my family and be an adult and go to work and everything else all week long. And I feel, well, shit, this is the first time in 3 years I finally get a tax check.
Yeah. Of course, it took you almost the whole year to get it, but we're halfway through it now.
Yeah, they held on for dear life. And at the end there, I thought I was going to have a much bigger problem
Yeah. When you
because
messaged me, I thought it was going to be
the
a way longer drawn out thing at
well,
that
the
point.
the message that I was getting, we've received your return and we're processing as quickly and as accurately as possible, had changed to where it said your records don't match our records. Please verify your records and enter the proper information. So I thought, well, hell, that means I'm going to have to go back through my tax return with my tax man and be like, all right, where'd we miss a decimal point at?
Yeah.
I'm off by 2 cents somehow. So what
Did
the
they tell you how much it was off?
they all they said was that their records didn't match
It'd be
mine.
wild if it was
And
2 cents.
after a few days, whatever that issue was, it finally cleared and I got my tax check.
Right. Was that almost like at the same time? As soon as that notification cleared, you pretty much got it like the next day or something?
I'd say it was probably another week.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 4 days.
Fair.
4 days to a week, something like that. And I it's my impulse control issues are famous. Famous among people who know me. I have zero impulse control.
Bagel.
Trademark. Actually, that's not even trademark to me. That is a Scrubs reference. That is the Todd.
Really?
Yeah.
Jennifer would appreciate that then.
Yeah, that's the Todd. Because the Todd is like just a flamboyant personality anyway. He is just such an outrageous personality, and the janitor finally I forget what it is, but the janitor confronts him about it because he's a notorious sex hound. He's like Quagmire, and the janitor confronts him about it. He's like, "Hand to God, how many times have you gotten laid this year?" And the Todd's just like, "Bagel." And he walks away, and the janitor's like, "Who would have known hand to God would work?" And so I saw it there, so I picked it up, and I've carried the torch with it for years now. And it's like whenever I got to, whenever it's like it's
Bagel. Yeah. I
bagel.
just remember that from Pepsi. He always said, bagel. Anytime I needed to stock something out, bagel. That's funny though. I didn't know it was from something else. Of course, a lot of phrases you hear me say come from a different person or, a different time. I don't know where they picked it up from, but
I try to hit people with original thoughts. Like I try to hit get something out there that's really out of left field, to
right.
catch somebody off guard.
I know I've been meaning to say what the scallop ever since I watched the SpongeBob movie. At some point, he comes out in a rock suit, and Plankton's like, "What the scallop?"
I've been driving all the kids crazy and grossing them out because anytime I want to threaten somebody anymore, I'm gonna pick your nose.
Yeah. Do they like it?
They're ew,
Yeah.
they are so grossed out, and it's like, well, that is
I know you do in your bedroom with the
of
door
all the
shut.
oddest threats to level at somebody. It's like why because it catches people completely off guard. They
Right.
are instantly disarmed of whatever because they have to somehow figure out where exactly I'm.
If this is a real moment or are
And
you gonna keep your distance?
nobody really knows what to make of somebody coming at you with leveling that kind of threat on you.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna file your taxes wrong.
Hold on.
But because you got to think about that, you're
Yeah,
like, but you don't do my taxes.
well,
Like
that's a felony.
it turns into a whole the logistics of what you're saying.
Have to be processed before we can even react to what's going on.
Yeah. So you just put somebody in a mental box and
Yeah,
close the lid on them because they have to figure out what you said means.
right,
And that's why I love it because everyone is disarmed in almost the same way.
right.
But I think with the kids, they're like they've heard it so many times now they've kind of become desensitized to it.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
like you're
What's the next
gross,
one?
whatever. Oh, I gotta feel it in the moment. I won't know it
Uh,
until I get there.
do something about earwax or something. There you go. Because that'll really. Well, you're gonna do what with earwax?
That actually sounds helpful. Please. Ah! Now I regret this.
Makes me think of those guys in India that'll like take a little knife and a microscope and they'll scrape all the earwax out of your ears. Ugh. People say that hurts. There ain't no way I'm letting a guy on the side of the street in India put some metal thing in my ear that he's shoving in everybody else's ear that's walked by for the past 2 hours.
Dude hasn't even washed his hands.
Yeah, actually, he just shook hands with old what's his face down there that's serving the food with no gloves on. When just got a big old heaping bowl of schlop.
Excuse me while I vomit.
I'm saying, have you seen the videos of those people? It's
No, I
yeah.
don't. I don't really want to. I've seen the AI videos of them like getting their ears flushed, and then all of a sudden you just see everything come out into the bowl, and it's like a turd in the Ark of the Covenant. Just every manner of thing comes out of their ears. It's so
That's funny.
gross.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, I mean, they're fake, but that somebody would take the time to animate this through AI.
Yeah.
It's
You don't
unreal.
even have to take time to animate it. Just tell AI what you want. It puts the video together in 3 seconds.
Well,
Well, it takes a little more than that.
so now that you've said that, Mark and I were talking about this the other day, and it's like, what if we just fed what we have of our story into an AI program and had it animated as a movie for us?
Like your life story?
God,
Or
I
oh
don't,
no, you're talking about what you and him are writing.
yeah, yeah.
Yo.
And I don't know, apparently, the AI programs, I don't know how good they are or how much they cost. Some of them can get
Very soon.
some of them could be pretty pricey, and I don't know if that's like, okay, you're paying by the minute like a 900 number, or if
As far as I know, it's like paying a monthly premium. So like Chat GTP, you
yeah.
get so many frees per day or per week or something like that, and then after that you have to wait. And then if you get the premium, you're allowed to ask it any amount of questions. And I can't tell you whether what the range is and where it starts and where it stops, but I just know you get an unlimited amount of searches at that point.
Yeah.
So, which I use Chat GTP to edit our profile picture, and then Jennifer had to come in and clean it up because it put us in the outfits like I asked it to, but it couldn't figure out how to change the background. I wanted it to give that comic book vibe behind us, and it couldn't figure out how to frame it and stuff like that. But it did really good at putting us in the outfits, I think, and uh,
Oh, I really like
Jennifer really tied it together well. I think she made it
our
really look what I
logo.
wanted it to be. So between
Most people don't know this. My physique is actually about like that. So,
ah,
putting us in the costumes just it's,
your physique's like that.
oh yeah.
He's that tall. That's about it.
I need to get Henry Cavill's workout, his
Method.
personal trainer.
You ain't got no workout method. That's part of the suit. It looks like that.
Well, the abs are actually sculpted that way, but Zack Snyder wanted everybody in the audience to see just how hard he worked to get
That body
that sculpted physique. But his abs actually look that way
under the suit.
under the suit. Like
Oh,
he gave him several shirtless scenes in the movie just to show off
yeah.
how hard he worked to.
Yeah, you didn't bust your tail for 6 months to prep for this to not show that off.
Yeah,
I don't even think you can build that in 6 months.
like they had to build the suit around his.
What he became.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I admire the drive though, like because there's a lot of people that just they hop into their role with no prepping into it. You know what I mean?
here,
No background into making it happen or look the part.
here's a story, and Michael Keaton has told this story, so it's verified on his words. When he and Jack Nicholson were making Batman back in '89, he's like doing the whole physical routine. What you might not appreciate is that this is like a foam rubber Kevlar suit that he's putting on, and it is designed to look like it's got abs.
Right.
And anyway, he's working out like crazy, he's hitting the speed bag, and Jack Nicholson comes up to him and he's like, "What are you doing?" And Michael Keaton's like, "I'm working out." And Jack Nicholson's like, "Why?" And
There's no
and
need
he
for
just
that.
he just walked away, and it took Michael Keaton a while, and this is all him telling the story, and I guess it took him a while to realize why he was asking the question, because he's like, let the suit do the work.
You're right. Don't put yourself through it.
Yeah,
Got all
it's
this.
already built.
We got all this money invested.
You got you
Enjoy.
got a whole team of stunt guys who have to wear the suit and do all the stuff you probably aren't insured to do anyway.
Yeah.
Let the suit do the work. It is designed to make you look like you're built.
Everybody wants to be Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible.
Man, I am not breaking my ankles.
That is insane fact, right? Like, wasn't it
Yeah.
like the last jump?
One of the jumps very early in the movie, he landed wrong and like shattered his
But
ankle.
didn't he get up and keep like it's in the movie because he kept going?
Yeah,
That's wild.
that's Viggo Mortensen and the Two Towers stuff right there.
What's that mean? Just not being able to, or just not wanting to stop, or not feeling
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
because it was like at one point when basically I'm not necessarily lore bomb, but I'm gonna scene bomb part of I believe it's I believe it's the Two Towers. Um, the Uruk-hai have run off with two of the hobbits, and Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli are giving chase.
Okay.
And at one point they think they're dead because they've stumbled upon the aftermath of a massacre, and they think they're dead. And
Okay.
Viggo Mortensen kicks a fallen helmet in anguish. He just kicks it, and all of a sudden, "Ah!" And that's because Viggo Mortensen actually just broke his toe doing that.
Really?
Yeah, but it was so powerful in that scene that they kept it in the movie, and he wanted to keep going. Like he wanted to keep going through the scene.
Wow.
Now, I don't remember whether I think they might have let him for a while, but at one point, Peter Jackson, the director, is like, no, you're very clearly in a whole lot of pain. We're gonna stop for the
He's
day, and
limping around the place or
you're
whatever.
gonna stop. We're gonna stop for a while, and you're gonna go get checked out by the set medic
Yeah.
because you look very miserable.
Right.
And I mean, his character's supposed to, but even you can see when the actor's not acting anymore. I
Right.
think.
Yeah.
So
I could definitely make sense of that, especially if you're the director or whoever.
you're,
You're so acclimated to seeing people do what they do best that it stands out when it's not right.
yeah, and I gotta believe that you want to catch a performance, and for the people who are inside the industry, I do wonder how it works because you want to catch a performance, and I'm going to use this example again. I have before. Say you have child actors on set, and it's a horror movie,
Okay.
and
Something like Dakota Fanning. She did a couple of horror movies back when she was younger.
you are in a scene where this child has to convey absolute terror.
Right.
But say they're young enough and impressionable enough that very suddenly they are no longer acting.
Right.
Like whatever is going on, this child is actually terrified. Like that line between make believe and
Reality,
reality is
non-existent.
non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, do you want to inform the scene and feed it and just really sell a performance, or are you like, no, we need to stop right now because
Trauma.
this like we're he's gonna have to spend a day with the set psychiatrist because
Right.
this we can't.
But I mean, nothing's even real in the like when they're filming it, though, is it?
Well, I don't know how much prep time they are given. It's like, all right, well, whatever his name is going to come in. He's going to it's all pretend. I don't know how much prep they're given before they're told
Act their part.
to act their part. Whether it's like because some of these directors are freak shows and they're like, no, I want that sense of dread and terror. Like I want the actors to feel.
So what? Like they'll leave that scene out of their script or something to not even let them know what's about to
Sometimes it
happen.
works that way.
Wow.
And they want to capture genuine reactions. Like they want that performance to feel as authentic as possible.
I mean, that's what makes the consumer feel the spirit of the movie, I guess. So
Yeah, but there's a fine line in there between.
yeah, I'm right. Like doing it with kids and doing it with adults is two very different things.
Yeah,
It's do it with adults all you want. We've got trauma response or whatever, but kids, yeah,
you gotta really thread that needle where you're like, okay, I need my actors to feel like they are in a safe space to pretend
right.
and do this movie and walk away from it. But like, I don't know, especially when you got to do all the really messed up horror movies, war movies, psychological trauma movies, whatever it is, where it's like, okay, I've got to be, it's my responsibility to protect my actors. I've got to be able to pull them back out of this
Right.
without intense harm
Right.
because this is some grueling stuff where we're trying to sell for
Present. Yeah.
entertainment.
You don't look very scared of it. It's not working out.
But
But if you surprise them with it, who knows what might come of that?
you,
Well, you're not wrong. I'd be curious to know how many there are out there that's tried to push that button.
uh,
And most 9 times out of 10 parents usually won't fight back whatever Hollywood wants to do
well,
with their kids because they're
money
so happy to be there in Hollywood with their kids.
and making millions of dollars hand over fist. All of a sudden, dad's got a Maserati and
Do you
mom.
think kids really make that much money in movies?
I don't know what the earliest worst example is, but at the prime of his cuteness, Macaulay Culkin was the highest paid child actor in the world, and
Yeah.
he made millions of dollars off of Home Alone.
Well, that's because Home Alone became one of the greatest standing movie sets or trilogies or whatever of all time.
No,
So,
it's more than a trilogy now. Like
oh,
there's
is
been
it?
5 or 6 Home Alone movies.
I've only seen three. Like as far as advertised, I've never watched any of them.
I think I got all the way to 3 before I was done.
Yeah, because like Fast and the Furious, after so many, it's like, all right, forget family.
But I couldn't even tell you why, other than a mild curiosity because every one of them is promoted as one last ride,
Yeah,
and then there's just another one a couple of years later.
yeah. I thought after, I think it was either four or five. That's when they started preaching the whole "this is the last ride."
Uh,
About the time Paul Walker died.
the seventh one was so the tagline for the movie was "One last ride," and it was about when they part ways at the end there. See you again by Trey. What?
Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth.
Yep, poof.
Puth, thank you. I called it Poof. Great song. By the way, they let Wiz Khalifa say whatever he wanted to. They let him make that chorus or make his verses. Sorry, they
Oh,
wrote the chorus for Charlie, but he got to say whatever he wanted about family, and they were like, rap what you would rap about your own family and your own friends that you've been with for years, much like this movie you've seen develop.
well, look, I am not ashamed to admit it. I saw it in theaters.
Right.
and the scene hit me exactly the way I think they intended it
Oh
to. So
yeah.
I am not ashamed to say that when I was there in the theater watching it, I cried a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like I had, I did the whole.
At home, I was all beside myself.
I had tears. So it landed. It worked. It did what, and there's probably some guy at the back with a clipboard just kind of watching people's reactions, being all right, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, there's three of them. One, two, there, four. So he's marking it all down. He's
Yeah.
like, this lands, this works, this doesn't, this. Oh, this has got to go.
Do you wonder how many things they do that with? I mean, I know they put surveys out there on
Oh yeah, that
movies and
when they do
stuff,
when
so
they do
like,
test screening stuff like that, absolutely.
really,
Oh, 100%.
hmm, I'd be intrigued to know.
Because the latest Scream movie was actually going to end quite a bit different than what came to theaters, but the test audience didn't respond, so they
No audience
they
apparently
started making.
respond.
Oh, that movie's
That I was gonna
terrible.
say, even you said it was garbage.
I I would rather have seen what the test audience saw
Had to
than
see.
than what came out because I thought that was a better idea. I wish that was
Oh,
what we had
so you've
gotten.
already seen? Did you actually
I
see it, or you've read about it?
I've read what they cut out of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Like
Straight from the Scream producers or
yeah,
whatever.
like
Nice.
what the test audience they made, they've done all these reports about what the test audience got to see and then they cut the movie accordingly.
Okay.
And so it's like, oh well, this was the scene in the test audience screening, and I'm sitting here like, I wish you had given me that.
So then I have to know, what are they doing if the test audience is like, no, I don't like the way that finished? Is it a deleted scene that they just replace it with? Like, did they film all these extra scenes and then just throw them in? Is that why deleted scenes get cut out of a movie? I mean, I know like there's times where a production team will think, oh, this is a really good idea, but then when they change the next scene, they're like, well, we can't do that, so we need to delete this scene and
It,
rerun it.
it can happen for a lot of reasons, and there's so much that gets left on the cutting room floor, to
Right.
borrow the parlance. And a lot of it's just like the industry speak is, oh, it's a great scene, but just for pacing issues and the what we wanted to do with the movie, it didn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I mean that's fair. You want to make sure your storyline is running smoothly. You
And
change one
sensibly.
thing, you got to go back and work out the kinks.
Well, whoever was the editor for The Dark Knight Rises must have been asleep.
That's why is that.
Granted, the movie's, well, it's almost 3 hours long as it is. So at one point he started taking a nap, and I think he slept right up until the 11th hour, and they were like, "All right, give us
Whatever you build up to this point.
whatever you build up to this point, because it's literally got to go to the theaters tonight." And he's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
He just starts doing that slow motion walk for the exit, hoping nobody catches him before he gets out the door.
Gotta go.
He just
That's funny.
slow motion wave goodbye because he knows he's never going to work in Hollywood again.
Give that
Princess
princess
wave.
wave. Yeah.
Hi. Hi. I I think when it comes to that kind of stuff, like there's probably, I don't know how much longer a movie would be when it's sent to a test audience,
Right.
20 minutes, an hour, whatever,
Well, yeah.
they're
Like,
basically given a rough cut of the film, and then after it's over, they get a survey. What did you like? What did you hate?
right.
Where did you fall asleep? How many times did you blink?
Right.
Do you remember picking your nose? And so they just start editing and cutting according to those surveys.
Okay.
Now, for those that haven't seen Scream 7, because I will explain why I feel this way, for those that haven't seen Scream 7 and care, spoiler alert, stop watching now. One, two, three. Okay. So, one of the things that they sold this movie on was the fact that Matthew Lillard was coming back.
Oh, that's right.
And it's like, okay, how is he coming back? Has he been alive this whole time?
Wasn't he like the main killer of the first one or
He
something?
was one of the two main killers of the first movie.
Okay.
And in the second movie and the fourth movie, he cameos in the movie and he's just like walking along in the background and during like a big crowd scene kind of thing, during like a party scene.
Really?
And so there's been a conspiracy the whole time that his character has actually been alive.
Did they
This
like kill him off in the first two or something like
in the first movie, you think they killed him off because she drops a TV on his head,
Okay.
so you think he's dead.
Okay.
The character is dead, but Matthew Lillard shows up in like a cameo in at least two, I think also four.
Wow.
So the conspiracy is that Stu Macher, his character, is alive,
Wow. Okay. Way to bring that back
and
15 years later.
and Scream 7 tries to play on the conspiracy.
Right.
And in like the opening scene in the movie, they do a whole thing where it's like, okay, because the house is famous, like the house where the conclusion of the first Scream ends, is famous,
Right.
and it's been turned into a museum
Right.
for all the killings that have taken place since then. And anyway, two of the characters walk past this memorial, this exhibit for Stu, and it's like, oh well, Stu Macher's dead, and then the guy's like, but is he? And then anyway,
Been
Ghostface
way
shows,
better if you would have had Matthew Lillard say that.
but Ghostface shows up and kills them.
Okay.
So then later in the movie, when Neve Campbell has reappeared as Sydney, she gets a video call, and it's Matthew Lillard, not Matthew Lillard, but
The
it's
character he played.
the character he
Yeah.
played, and he's like, "Hey, Sydney," and he threatens her, and he just keeps making video calls to her.
With the screen mask on?
No,
Oh, with
but
his
his
face.
his his fucked up face because
Yeah.
the TV, when she dropped the TV on his head.
Okay, that's cool.
But then at the end of the movie, when she gets home where the killer is waiting for her, it's revealed that somebody has deep faked Stu Macher onto the actual killer. Like they've video mapped Stu Macher into these videos that she keeps watching,
Okay.
and the actual Ghostface killers are like, no, Stu Macher's dead, like actually dead, and so we've basically been faked out this entire time. And that is where the theatrical movie ends. She defeats the Ghostface killers, but that's where the theatrical movie ends.
Right.
The test audience got got more of an ending than that because there's like a TV report, like so, somebody's like behind their head, somebody's watching like a TV report going on over all this, and he turns around and it's actually Stu Macher who's really alive.
I feel like that
He's
would have
like,
been
"Eh," or something,
that would have been way cooler.
and that would have been so much. And Matthew Lillard feels the same way.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand why
I am so disappointed that's not
they
the
must have
ending I
just
got.
well, they must have just done such a terrible job at putting that together that it didn't even make sense to the audience then.
I don't know why the test audience wouldn't love that. Who are they showing this movie to? Televangelists?
That's what I want to know. When you first started this, I'm like, where do you find your pool of people?
Yeah, I would have
Are we
loved.
just walking outside of the movie theater and grabbing the first 150 people that walk by that could have the most dog water garbage taste in Scream movies?
That would have made the movies. I would have probably liked the movie if it had ended that
That
way
way. Yeah,
rather than what we got,
it's unfortunate.
which was just a dumpster fire, and it's not even Neve Campbell's fault.
Right,
Like she did a good job. The actress who played her daughter did a good job.
right,
A lot of the actors in the movie, most of the actors in the movie did a good job.
right.
I will say that much. Most of the actors in the movie did a good job, but the fact that you fake us out for most of the movie and then it's like, nah. bait switch,
Right.
rug pull, and it's like, okay, but you actually gave the test audience the ending I would have preferred.
And you could have even, I mean, that would have been a great intro into the eighth one.
They,
You had
they
so much potential with that now.
I'm thinking he's hoping they will change that again with the eighth movie or
Right.
with another entry somewhere down the line. It'll be like, no, Stumacher is actually alive and he's been the mastermind behind
All of them.
so many of them since the first one.
Oh, that'd be wild.
It would. I would
His
prefer
face
that.
was too smashed to do any of the work for a long time, so he's
Yeah.
just been taking the back seat while everybody else does the
He's
dirty
just
work.
been setting up other people to be Ghostface.
That's wild.
Been like, Sydney's a bitch. If you do this, you could be famous.
Yeah.
You
Sounds
know,
like
just
Scream missed out.
just setting so many people up to be like, man, I should be Ghostface.
Yeah.
I should be Ghostface.
Yeah, another, all those type of like murder type people always have the fans.
We've
What do you
talked
call it?
about it
Obsessed
before.
fans.
People would rather be infamous, be famous for terrible things just because they get the notoriety. They get books wrote about them. They get movies wrote about them. They get documentaries and miniseries and episodes of true crime
That's why
shows.
they all write a manifesto, because then it's something to read and something to talk about when you're gone.
You spark a whole debate about the terror of the deep inner mind,
Right.
and I'm not here for it, man, most of the time. Give me my fucking cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
Yeah. I'm with you. Just, yeah.
I don't mind the action. I don't like the violence.
Yeah. That's odd because usually you are a action and violence scene type of person.
Like it's weird.
Within reason, though.
Within reason. I can't explain it. It
Yeah.
makes no sense even to me. I don't mind the action.
Yeah.
I like some of the action. I don't like the violence.
Right.
And to me, they're too.
So, what do you describe as violence? Just outright attacking an innocent person, or going too far with the action?
I'd say going too far. Like OG Saw probably threaded that needle. I mean, yeah, it was kind of gory,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
It wasn't an hour and a half of
It was
torture
not. It
gore.
wasn't an hour and a half of torture porn.
Yeah.
Like the
Which is what it is
the
now.
scene in three where the guy's on that rotating table that's just slowly.
It stretches them out, doesn't it?
No, it's twisting his arms, legs, even his neck
Okay.
around until it breaks both of his arms and legs, and then it breaks his
Breaks his
neck.
neck. Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's gross. Or the scene where the woman is basically strung up naked inside of a freezer and she keeps getting sprayed down with water every time she
I
lies.
remember that one.
And it's just like, I
And I watched all those as a
I
kid.
think
Now they
that
make me cringe.
I think the reason I could stomach John Wick is because they didn't actually show them killing the dog. Like it's just off screen.
Yeah.
Like
You
you
hear
just
the
hear
yeah.
the whimper, and then
That's it.
the next day he finds him,
Right.
or whenever he wakes up.
The only thing I've ever seen from that movie series
It wasn't
is
just about the dog.
the part where somebody has to tell the dad that
Yeah.
his son killed John Wick's dog, and he
Yeah.
turned around and was basically disowned his kid
Oh man, it
immediately.
was it was so cool. Like it was so cool. It was so cool because he's like John Leguizamo. He confronts the guy that killed John Wick's dog. He brings John Wick's car to him to turn it over to him. He's
Right.
like, "Where did you get this car?" It's like, "What does it matter to you?
That's right. Yeah.
Did you kill the guy you stole it from?" No, but we fucked up his dog. And then he like slaps him or punches him or something
Yeah.
like that. He's like, "Get this car out of here." So then that guy goes home, talks to his dad, who's the crime boss of the movie, and he calls John Leguizamo, and he's like, "I heard you struck my son today." "Yes, sir, I did." "Do you want to tell me why?" Yeah, well, sir, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog.
He just freezes for a
Oh,
second, doesn't he?
he's just yeah, he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He's
It's
like
like his eyes start to get wide for a
he
split second because
he
he's like, oh,
immediately
shh.
understands.
Yeah.
So then he tries to call John because he knows the storm that is coming now, and he
Yeah.
tries to call John Wick and be like, let's put this aside. Let's not
Let's be rash about this.
let's but then that doesn't John Wick just hangs up on him without a word.
Oh, yeah.
And so when his son gets home again, or maybe they talked on the phone, whatever. When he gets home, he's like, "What did you do today?" And he finally gets him to it. He finally gets him telling the story, and he's like, "So what? It was just some guy. It was just some dog or something like that." And Yusuf is like, "Son, what you did doesn't upset me." And this is paraphrase. It's not word for word.
Right.
He's like, "It's not what you did that upsets me. It's who you did it to."
Yeah.
And then he goes on to explain who John Wick is.
How it's about to be a problem for both of them.
Yeah.
Well, because he's going to be getting his son first. I've never seen the movies, but that'd be the one I go for
Well,
first.
that is the one he goes for
Yeah,
first.
that's the most logical thing. Then he goes for dad, doesn't he?
Well, he goes for dad because dad killed his friend.
That's what started the whole issue to begin with, or
Well, his son killed the dog and stole the car.
okay,
And then meanwhile, after he realizes that John Wick is out to basically tear the building down, Yusuf puts a hit out on him.
all right,
And John Wick, meantime, has a friend named Marcus, played by Willem Dafoe, who says, he's like, I'll take the contract, even though they're friends.
all right,
But even though he took the contract, he never acts on the contract, and he in fact operates to help John Wick.
cool, okay.
Spoiler alert for John Wick.
Yeah, don't spoil too much because I'm gonna still watch these. Don't go
Well,
too far, but give me the intro here.
so he acts to help John Wick
Okay,
instead of trying to kill him. Well, this information gets back to Yusuf, the crime boss,
okay,
and in the meantime, his son is killed.
gotcha. John Wick finds him, kills him.
John Wick finds him and kills him.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
then after that,
as he should.
Yusuf goes to Marcus and he's like, you had the opportunity to kill him, and if you'd done your job, my son would still be alive.
All right,
He's like, you called off the contract,
and he kills him.
and he kills Marcus. Well, if he hadn't killed Marcus, John Wick wouldn't have
We
gone
wouldn't
after
have,
him.
but a fortunate turn of events made that
But
happen.
you killed John Wick's friend,
Yeah,
so
and he doesn't have his dog, so that's the last person you want to mess with
well,
now.
that's actually like if I ever thought that maybe Keanu Reeves did or didn't have any acting talent, his explanation for why he has suddenly come out of retirement, like that scene, is where I understand now.
What do you mean by that?
It's so and after this I'll show it to you, but it's
Okay,
so powerful. Like like because he's explaining to him, he's like, you've been retired for years. Why are you suddenly back? It was just a dog. And Keanu Reeves' character explains, it wasn't just a dog.
yeah,
My late wife sent me that dog to help me grieve. She knew that I would need something
something.
to love,
Yeah,
and now I've lost that dog and I've lost her all over again. And your son took that from me, stole that from me, killed that from me.
how does wife pass away?
She, undisclosed illness.
Uh, that's
She
fair.
she was just sick, and it finally
Yeah,
caught up to her.
fair.
Cause like like that's part of the backstory of the movie is he got out of the business to care for her,
Right.
and he had to pull in every favor and basically leave a pile of bodies just to get out.
Wow.
And so he was out, and it's like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
But then when he comes back in to take care take care of some business, he's back.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to watch those movies. I haven't seen
Oh,
them yet, but
they get a little long in the tooth. Like they get a little boring in a way
yeah,
by the time you get to the fourth one. The fourth one's almost 3 hours.
Is the third one still good?
They're all at least good. Like the action is entertaining.
It's worth watching.
It's worth watching, but it's just like, all right, come on,
Yeah,
man.
it's getting drawn out too far.
John Wick has been in like 30 gunfights in this movie alone,
Yeah.
and I have got to pee. So let's do what we came here to do.
Everybody, just real quick, because it is Men's Mental Awareness Month, we just want to let you know we love you. We appreciate you,
Uh,
and we're glad you're here today.
Indeed, we have run long. We were gonna cap this thing. We kind of went down some holes talking about movies, even though we said we were gonna
Just
recharge our mental batteries. But for Chris and I, that's how we recharge our mental batteries.
we distract.
We distract and we dig down for the things that offer us any kind of comfort or joy,
Agreed.
and we find our comfort in our togetherness. So hopefully, in the togetherness we offer with you guys, you find some comfort in that and take care of each other and love each other. And we'll catch you next time.
Until next time.